Oh my god, this resin coating looks so glossy and so beautiful.
I'm Neha from Art and Stuff, a calligraphy and mandala artist. So if you're an artist or want to become one, consider subscribing to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to share my experience with resin. So I have never used resin, and this was the first time that I have used resin, but I have used resin continuously for 3 to 4 days. So there was a lot of mistakes that I did, and I learned a lot. So let's quickly look at the video and the procedure to use resin.
In today's video, I am going to use Epoch Company's resin and hardener. This resin is meant for art and craft purposes, and hence it is non-toxic. I'll mention the Amazon link in the description so you can purchase the same from that link. Now this box contains 2 containers, a smaller one and a larger container, along with an instruction manual. The instruction manual has all the necessary steps and precautions written on it, so give it a thorough read before planning to work with resin. This box has a net weight of 300 grams, which means 225 grams of resin and 75 grams of hardener. So the smaller container is the hardener and the larger one is the resin. Since you are going to work with chemicals, you need to prepare yourself for that. First, tie up your hair to avoid any disturbance while working. Second, wear a mask. Although resin does not have a smell, but it is chemical and it's better to wear a mask. You can wear any type of mask, but it's suggested to wear a respirator if you are working with bigger quantities of such chemicals or for a really long period of time. Third, wear gloves. The best are the rubber gloves, but I had these plastic ones and these were perfectly fine. The gloves will protect our skin from any chemical reactions. Fourth, go to a well ventilated area. It is really important to choose an area with good ventilation while working with such chemicals. I am gonna open the door and switch on the fan also for the same. Before starting, make sure that you have all the required material handy, like paper, a plastic cups, mixing stick or spoon, wet wipes and the instruction manual. So I am working on this board I had. You can use a newspaper or any such board for pouring resin. Never work on the desk or floor directly without any board. Now the bottles are sealed, and I'll use the wooden stick only for removing the seal from the bottles. Make sure to remove the seal using any such stick or spoon that you are not going to use elsewhere. Don't touch the resin or hardener without gloves. So I'll quickly remove the seal from the bottle so that we can start mixing and pouring resin. According to the manual, we are supposed to mix resin and hardener in 3:1 ratio, which means 30 grams of resin and 10 grams of hardener. So I will measure using these cups only and pour some amount of hardener and then add resin, making sure that it is thrice the amount of hardener. So as you can see, the smaller bottle here is the hardener and it is more flowy and liquidy in consistency as compared to the resin. So the resin is more thick in consistency as compared to the hardener. So we'll mix these two in 3:1 ratio in a separate cup, and then we'll stir this mixture well using the wooden or the plastic stick or the spoon for at least 5 minutes as written in the manual. We need to ensure that there are no bubbles in this mixture, and according to the manual we'll have to keep this mixture aside for at least 10 minutes to settle and activate. So we'll mix this mixture slowly, making sure that there are no bubbles in the mixture, scraping the sides as well so that there is no resin settled at the sides or at the bottom. So we'll have to mix this mixture for 5 minutes. According to the manual, we need to keep this mixture aside for 10 minutes. So you can just take a 10-minute break, remove your gloves, and using wet wipes clean the excess resin or hardener. So after 10 minutes, we'll stir the mixture again using the same stick or the spoon, and we are now ready to pour the resin. So I made dot mandala on these CDs on which I'll be pouring the resin mix. Before pouring the resin, keep it on a cup or something that keeps the CD on a higher level than the board. This will help the excess resin to drip off from the sides automatically. Slowly and steadily pour the resin mix over the CD and let it spread automatically. You can use the stick or the spoon to make it even. If you see any bubbles over the resin, use a heat gun or a lighter over it to remove the bubbles. I didn't see any bubbles, hence I didn't use any heat gun on the surface. If there are any spots left blank, pour some more resin and spread it evenly using the spoon or the stick that you have. So I'll spread the mixture evenly on the CD, making sure that there is an even coat of resin on the CD. If you see any blank spots over the CD, you can just pour in the excess resin over it to fill up the spots, and then slide the CD so that it spreads evenly, or you can also use the stick or the spoon that you are using to spread the resin all over the CD evenly. Make sure that there is no excess resin on the sides or on the back side or any other place, because that would dry up or that will stick to the surface. Use a wet wipe or a wet cloth to clean up the excess resin from the cup, from the board or on this CD, and just keep it on a flat surface or on the same higher level surface that you use the cup. And we'll keep this CD to dry for at least 8 hours. So this is the result after 8 hours. So you will have to keep the resin coated CDs for at least 8 hours to dry. If you want to pour a second coat, you can do that only after 8 hours. So after 8 hours, there is a very thick and beautiful thick coating of resin on the CDs, which you can definitely touch also. And this is the result after 24 hours. It has been cured for 24 hours, but according to the manual, we'll wait for another 48 hours, that is 2 days, for the best results. So the results do not change visibly after 48 or 72 hours, but it takes 72 hours according to the manual to cure completely. So we'll just leave the resin coating for 3 days to cure completely, but the results will look like this. The most important thing to keep in mind while working with resin is to use wet wipes or wet cloth to clean off the excess resin. I used a dry cloth, and hence there was a very thin layer of resin that was left on the board, and hence the manual and some stuff got stuck to the board when it dried. So use a wet wipe. The second is to tape the borders of the surface that you are pouring resin on. So for the first attempt, I didn't tape the CDs, so there was excess amount of resin on the back side and on the side, which dried up, and it was really messy and it was not looking beautiful at all. So I just taped the borders like this so that the excess resin drips off automatically. So in this way you can just make sure that there is no resin on the back side of the surface that you are pouring resin on.
So that's all for today's video. So this was my first experience with resin, and it was really amazing. I worked with resin for continuously 3 or 4 days, and I observed and learned a lot, and I have compiled all my observations and experience and learnings in this video. I hope this video helps you when you want to or you're working with resin. Please share your resin experiences in the comment section. Would love to know about your experience, and if you have any doubts regarding resin, you can definitely mention them in the comments. If I can answer, I will definitely answer all of them. Please don't forget to like and share this video and subscribe to my channel. See you next week with a new video. Bye. So in today's video we are going to experiment with resin, and I have worked for the first time with. So that's all for today's video. So I have never